To start, grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with Hex Asians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and middle class working man.
Hex Asians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage. Give me sushi!
Well, namaste Hexicans and Hexasians. Welcome to another show of Hexasians with your host Dheeraj More. Yes, we are doing this at a different time today because last night it was quite raining quite heavily. I would say it was too noisy plus construction going on. So I found this time of the day a better suited for me. The natural lighting is better. I feel I look better in natural light. And for like I'm glad, even though I'm streaming at a different time, I do have a couple of viewers. Oh, and I see Hex Futures joining us. He's scrolling Twitter late night. He says he's having me problems. Understandable. Like, yeah, that's how. Like, even before this, I was also scrolling through Twitter, or currently known as X, and and I call it excreting. Posting on X, I call it excreting. You are yeah, most of the things posted are a shit posts. But the biggest news today, and I think it will be around for a week, couple of weeks at least, or maybe the news cycle has definitely hastened up. So maybe a few days. Julian Assange was finally set free. I think I don't know whether he's given bail. I didn't roll through all of the news, but yeah, it's the talking point of today. But for me, it's like it's the stream, the title of the stream that was last week, a, a bit too little, a little too late, and yeah, for me, it's like justice delayed is justice denied. He was there for how many, in prison for maybe, I don't know, like 10 years, 7 years exactly. I can't count, but more than that. How is he going to be compensated for it? And more for uh, over, I really fear for his security, because in another parallel news we have Boeing, another Boeing plane having a disaster. It was a near miss, I think. Like, yeah, yes, the Korean Air Boeing plane bound towards Taiwan made an emergency landing after plummeting around 27,000 feet. Yeah, I don't think any whistleblowers will be coming out talking about this now. because what we have seen. But yeah, so in Hex Futures is having the same question. But will Julian be safe? I hope so, and I think like yeah, he he has been kind of institutionalized. Means he what you call they have defanged the snake or defanged the tiger. Like I don't think he will be as aggressive now. Plus, on a parallel note with Boeing, yeah, if a tiny private company, tiny to be a bit of a hyperbole, uh, uh, can deal with their insiders in a way that Boeing has. Yeah, he is going up against the CIA, so he's surely aware of the consequences, and that's why he is kind of a generational hero for a few, I guess. But we do have, uh, of course, there are always going to be antagonists. I think it was who is that? The pre vice president candidate or what was it? Mike Pence. Mike Pence. He has come out and saying, "Oh, he's not a hero. He put our what you call troops at risk." Like how like so it's always going to be a what do you call they the that's the thing, like wait, what was I trying the analogy I was trying to I was going to say the pot calling the kettle black or something like that, but no, it's like there is a unwritten rule, like always uh, accuse others of what you have been guilty of, kind of. So yeah, the it's a different story altogether. Plus, in other news, there were also accusations that, or rather, Russia is accusing that it was the U.S. that bombed Crimea, uh, causing civilian deaths. That war is going on, and there is like people are again talking about, oh, it's going to be World War Three. It's all part of the game, keep people scared of what's going to happen. I, for me, like I have been like yes, doom scrolling on Twitter gives me these ideas, but like the news, they are really. I have reduced my consumption drastically. I am more into video games now. It's more satisfying or rather soothing. And anyways, but other than that, in other most important X news, if you didn't know already, there was a crowdfunding initiative taken by an Hex influencer to write up an amicus brief for Richard Hart's lawsuit, and there there have been there has been rather a new lawsuit by I found it very funny. A guy with a hot dog stand suing Richard Hart. I found it funny because Crypto Wonder podcast always talks about glizzy, and it was like I had to search the Urban Dictionary for the meaning of the word glizzy, which means hot dog. I was thinking it was something else, dirty mind, but yeah, New York lingo is completely out of the world, man. Like, I don't know how they come up with these terminologies. And the problem is like they expect everyone to understand or know these terms when they're using it. which is like when you are taught like mm, I uh, communication skills, like or rather writing email specifically, don't use jargon which the general public is not going to know by default. But anyways, what I was saying, I I am going to be going haywire about this because yeah, these are my personal blogs, kind of. Uh, yeah, New York, and I realized this like about New York more so when I was solving a New York Times puzzle. I think it's called Connections. Like you are supposed to guess the like they give out a list of words and you are supposed to group them according to their similarities. And I usually end up who uses that word in that context. Anyways, but what I was going on to say was there was crowdfunding going on for an amicus brief to be written out for the Richard Hart lawsuit. They reached their goal of around $100,000. It was a couple of hex wheels that chipped in. Good for them. Like I would like more transparency regarding how the money is being utilized. But okay, whatever whatever has been done. And today we got to learn that the lawyers who were kind of being uh, uh, hired, do you hire lawyers or is it a different word? But anyways, the lawyers that were going to be appointed for writing up the amicus brief have been paid using a centralized exchange via a cert bank. So those transactions have gone through. So yes, there is progress on the SEC lawsuit. Now, from I didn't even know what an amicus brief was, but thanks to ChatGPT, or to be more accurate, Bing, uh, Bing Copilot, I am. It's like uh, it has to be a third party assisting the court with a case and giving out essential details that need to be looked over, and somebody who is an expert regarding that topic. So yeah, that's going on. We will the court case is going to drag along for about a year or so, I assume. So, but it's all positive, and what that positivity is kind of reflecting in the current chart. Look, I don't really like watching charts, but once a week I do because hey, why not? Let me just bring that up. Mm, if you have any other topics to discuss, please let me know in the chat. If you want to join in the discussion on screen, please let me know. I will share the link to join. And let me yes share this chart. Mm, yes, this is the hex pulse chart from Pulsex V1. Uh, See, it doesn't look really good right now, but you can, if you can see, the Bollinger Bands are contracting. We have a green candle on the Heikanashi, and the MACD has crossed over. So it is kind of bullish. We might see a recovery. And if you actually look at the 4 hour chart, it's kind of a V bottom. Yeah, so this looks good, but this chart, I found an even better chart, which is the XE chart on V2. Of course, if you zoom out a lot, it just looks like a flat line. But when you zoom in, yes, this looks much better. And the MACD on the hex on Ethereum kind of crossed over a couple of days ago. So it's looking good. The price has crossed two upper bands and MACD is going up. Again, we might see some, of course, we will see some resistance. Uh, where is so let's see. Uh, 0.0016 would be the next kind of resistance. 169. Yes, I would like that 169. Oh, I have 5 or 6 people watching live stream. Don't be an NPC. Say hi in chat. Say some. At least put a smiley or emoji in chat so that I can know like people are listening. Look, it's kind of encouraging for me. Um, so yeah, mm, EHEX chart looking good, but what was I going through? I yes, I was going to search for the hex hex chart on. Is there? Is it available? Yes, this one. And when you turn it to priced in hex, ah, yes, the hex features put in an emoji. One of my favorite emojis since we learned typing in high school. But yes, this is the daily hex chart in terms of in priced in hex. So 0.25. So that's going up. I think, yeah, as long as it stays in this kind of range, I'll be happy because that's what liquidity providers like the price to stay in a range. So that way you are making money on both sides of the trade. That's what liquidity providing is all about. So yeah, that was something I was kind of trying to promote since before Pulsechain launched. That if you have eHex, you are going to get Hex uh, for free. You can like use some of the eHex into liquidity providing for Hex and be earning more. That's what I'm doing. So I'm kind of doing okay. Yes, price hurts, but not as much if you are DCAing. And what else do we have in crypto? I'll stop sharing this. Yeah, nothing more. Yes, one more. I would say a bullish thing in for a crypto. The Mount Gox coins are going to be distributed soon. So I think the news is out, and we already have had a kind of a dip in the Bitcoin price. Uh, it may, yes, it's going to be a kind of a sell the news event. Even though I firmly believe, like those who are going to get Bitcoin uh, on Mount Gox are going to be like staunch believers in Bitcoin. So it's really unlikely that they are going to be selling, at least selling all of it at once. Yes, it. But the thing is, people are going to take this opportunity as a signal and dump on their heads and, yeah, basically make money shorting. Nothing bad or exclusively evil about it, but to like, yes, it is like you are playing with people's future. It's not recommended. It's not recommended. And personally, yeah, don't ever short crypto if you like prices move crazy and you are going to be liquidated faster than you can say Bitcoin to the moon. But yes, speaking of liquidation, yes, I did see a couple of big pulse liquidations going on l- the last last, I won't get to say last few hours, but no, it was like a yesterday. Yeah, there was about 100 million pulse that got liquidated. Yeah, not, it's not that big of an amount, I suppose, but it's still big when you consider it in terms of pulse, which also kind of reminds me that just a few days ago, there apparently there was some activity on the sacrifice wallet, which is the I don't know, grown men people calling it the sack daddy, but yeah, sack address for Pulsechain. It sacrificed some of the tokens which were airdropped to it, I suppose, and yeah, that token kind of tanked like as expected. So, and there was so much copium about it. The worst post I heard or read on Twitter was like, oh, the SAC address didn't actually sell those tokens. He just moved the liquidity from one side of the pool to the other. He's just keeping it all locked in into the bro, bro, please. He sold the SAC address sold. The price went down. Yeah, it happens. It happens. And that was another thing. There was another meme coin that also got kind of had a crash, like expected. Told you guys, like, yeah, memes come and go. Like financial products have their stay when they find a product market fit, and Hex is something like that. Like, it's, to plainly put it, that is why like I promote Hex personally, even though now it is kind of like I have to partially hide my face because it's, yeah, if you do look at it, it's down 95%, even though I am personally in profit, but it's kind of difficult to explain. But to people who are normies, but you can still explain the core concept of savings account, or what, a time deposit, or in India it is called a fixed deposit. Like people still understand it. Eh, like, yeah, it is a financial instrument and a financial asset. How do you talk? about a meme coin to someone who is on the higher age side, like how like you are going to talk about like hypersexualized memes. You can't expect serious investors to be buying into it, but you know, yeah, people do. People buy tokens, any tokens, and some of them I found offensive, and even I find offensive that, and I have a kind of a very high threshold for it. And currently, like even Solana is the meme coin capital, I would suggest, and it had the most atrocious memes, and yeah, the devs kind of shut them down because they involved Adolf Hitler. uh, so that's why you cannot rely on meme coins. But the thing is, why do people buy meme coins? Because number go up. That is the best marketing strategy. And how do you get the number to go up? Simple. You buy more tokens instead. Yes, indirect market, like brand marketing, brand awareness, mm, etc. do have their value, but it's only when the product itself is really good. Like mm, I I know, I saw it on TikTok. I guess there is this American soap, which is like multi-purpose soap, which you can use for bathing, washing clothes. Some people even use it as a toothpaste. Uh, I don't know exactly as that. I think it. Let me search. I think it's called Doctor Bronner's. Uh, Let me search. Bing. Let me. Yes, Doctor Bronner's. You see, uh, it's really funny. After, after spoke about it, and I just typed DR in the what you call a search window, Dr. Bronner is the first thing it suggested. Yes, all-in-one magic soap. You don't see like worldwide advertisement for it. It was, but it's one of the leading brand. It's like a lot. It's a multi-billion dollar brand. At least I suppose. How? Because they have a strong product which people like, and it appeals to a certain kind of people. So it sells like hotcakes. So yes, when you have a good product, you don't have to market it as hard as it if you are trying to promote something of a low quality, or something that is actually bad for him. That is why we have so many commercials for soft drinks, soda, pop, whatever you call it. So I guess that is the thing. Uh, the yes, Hex is a good product. You can explain it. We have to explain now. You have to explain everything, like starting from how it originated, and now there are two version of it. And it if you are buying it for the first time, yes, I highly recommend buying the Pulse X side or Pulse Chain side of X. And But if you already have ehex, then y- you do, I wouldn't mind you buying more ehex. Do I personally buy it? Not directly, but I do earn some by liquidity providing and by staking. So that's it. And yeah, if you look at the ehex side currently, the Ethereum fees have gone down significantly. Uh, Let me see what is the one, what is it right now? It's oh, the low low Gui Gui low Phi Gui, and 9 Gui for a high priority. So even though it's still kind of excess, like it's still the least is like $6 for a swap, $2 for bridging in and out. But still, if you have stakes, I think it was even lower on the weekend, which is usually so. Why? Because banks are closed on weekends, and so is the stock market. So traders are taking a break. Um, so yeah, if you have to do transactions on Ethereum, especially if you want to bridge your capital or tokens from Ethereum to Pulsechain, which I highly recommend, then you can do it on these low GUI prices. Uh, yeah, and of course, if you are going to onboard people into Pulsechain who already have Ethereum and would like to diversify, you want to, yes, bridging is kind of cheap right now, but currently I think, yeah, I think there are, I don't know about the US, the best way to buy Pulsechain directly, uh, or via your bank account. But in I think in the Philippines, Mix C the works. Even though I don't recommend it, I think you can buy Pulsechain and use it to cash out or take self custody of your crypto. Uh, yeah, that's going on. Other than that, nothing. Is there anything else interesting going on? I am on a different computer right now, so I don't have access to Twitter to search what is going on. Like just out of I don't want to taint this computer with uh, by logging into X on the computer. I am keeping it clear. Other than that, yeah, nothing really interesting happening. Like I think I've covered most of the interesting bits that have happened to keep note of things. Uh, do you guys have anything? Hmm, yeah, the Pulse Chain tour is going on in Europe. Yeah, that's good. I see people posting. Yeah, not helping the Pulse Chain price directly. So, like I said, meh. do not really interesting. Cyber, yeah, cyber truck. Nothing. There, I still find it like it is still kind of divisive, or uh, like people have split opinions regarding it. For me, it's just another luxury car, not really worth it. But yeah, I just saw a Twitter post of a cyber truck getting totaled. Yeah, somebody is. Oh, nice to see you, Tin Top. What's up, Mexicans? What's up? Like you let us know what's happening, what's cooking. Uh, yeah, it was really funny. The post regarding like there was a pho- photo of the cyber truck getting completely crushed on one side. Uh, and the kind of what is the repairs were going to cost around half the price of the truck. Like but more importantly, the spare parts won't be available for a year, so that's kind of tough luck. Yeah, for now I think it would be best to be sticking to ICE vehicles or internal combustion engines. Personally, I I like driving, but only if it is for recreation. Like, yeah, I used to drive 3 hours a day, traveling from home to office, like and back. Uh, no, and in Mumbai traffic, nah, it's hell, man, it's hell. But those are long distant memories. I would rather stay in a to provoke some of you. Yes, I would rather prefer living in a walkable city, but that's just me. I'm an urbanist, even though, yeah, I like the modern luxuries. Anyways, Tintop, do you have anything to add to the conversation? I am running out of ideas, running out of steam. I guess. Uh, I wanted to. Was there something? Shit. Yeah, there was another thing I wanted. He said, Tintop said, I would own a Tesla. Mm, yeah, look, I wouldn't like. Agenda 69, Namaste, Dog Dheeraj, and Hex Pulse fans, Hexicans and Pulsicans. Nice to see you all after a long time on this stream. I don't uh, online, they could not turn it off on me. Only they, oh, he says, only if they could not turn it off on me. Yes, that is a different issue altogether. Uh, and yes, regarding like ownership, there is this huge battle going on, like especially not just Tesla, but all tech companies are slowly being more and more predatory. At least they are trying to be, and some of them are getting screwed or sued. Like we have a lawsuit going on against Adobe. Uh, they were trying to put in a into the user agreement that they cannot they are going to use your personal data for training AI models. Uh, Look, for me personally, my I don't have any super secret data that would actually be helpful for AI learning. But at a yes, it's at a corporate level, business secrets, plus there are uh, like so much personal IP, intellectual property, that is being created using Adobe. It's going to be, yeah, they are going to be stealing intellectual property by doing that. So, but I think they are being sued by the US government for having that clause because it affects national security kind of thing again. But the thing is, for me, I feel that it is going to be two steps forward, one step back. Uh, so they are slowly going to claw in. Uh, Tin Top, it was the fastest car I have ever driven, and I have driven really fast cars. Uh, I heard you cannot resell a cyber truck, only trade it back in. So who actually owns their truck? Uh, yes. Now that clause, like, you cannot resell it. It was it is there for was there for a reason, mainly to prevent scalpers from buying up trucks. I like to think about it. Who would be trying to scalp $100,000 vehicle? But yeah, people still they are there who would do that. Plus, what are they like? Car dealerships, they have their way of getting through or buying up trucks, cyber trucks. They didn't want that. Plus, I think a lot of high end car companies do have these kind of clause, like famously Ferrari, it doesn't allow you to change your uh, vehicle color, because there was, I forgot the name of the guy who painted his Ferrari green, and he was given a cease and desist to do. But yeah, it's kind of f- every day uh, our rights are getting slowly eroded. So yes, things you own are like a car in general. Like, we talk about this freedom of movement, but you cannot use your car unless you have a permit from the state. Uh, you have your driver license. So is it really that you own, like, owning a car, is it actually owning a car? And it trickles down to all the other things as well. But before going on to that tangent, yeah, Adobe was sued. Before that, we were talking about how Cybertruck. Yeah, and the other company, yeah, another horrible thing that they were, the Microsoft was trying to push out the Copilot recall, or yeah, which was like they were going to have an the machine would take screenshot of your screen every few minutes, I guess, so it can learn about everything about on your computer, and it will help organize the computer, like stuff. And of course there was a huge backlash, and yeah, they stopped they recalled the recall. Yeah. uh, that had to do with the guy using it to promote business. Average Joe can rap or paint any color. uh, I guess so, but I don't remember the whole thing. But yeah, yeah, it's like yeah, the company tries to protect its brand image. So that's why an average Joe can't even buy a Ferrari directly. Like, yeah, you have to. Uh, like be on a waiting list, then they will go run a background check that whether you can actually afford not only that you can afford the car, but what kind of neighborhood you are in, where all, whether it will go with the brand image. These kind of things are uh, looked after. So how do I know? I read it off the internet. No personal experience. Uh, for me, I am waiting for my dream car to be released, which is the electric Miata, which was supposed to be released this year, but I think they postponed it, or they might have even cancelled it. I hope they do launch it next year. I will be buying a white Miata, which I'm going to wrap with anime babe photos. Yes, that's the dream currently. Hopefully, it will be true. I can go. Sometimes I can go on talking about nonsense, and sometimes I can be a bit aggressive. I, you know, just last week, like I had planned, I will be more active, uh, like, and I went on into a Twitter space after a long time, and I don't know. Yes, I got kind of triggered, but yeah, I said things, did things I shouldn't have, maybe, but it is what it is. I'm not going to apologize for it. Plus, like, what kind of a person, like, you, on one hand you want to promote Hex and Pulsechain, and you are in the so-called Hex maximalist Twitter space, and you are telling the people, Hex price is down, you would rather, you should be have been buying Nvidia stock for Nvidia stock, and you should have bought at the right time and sold at the right time, and yeah, like, bro, the whole point of Hex is to get you to stop trading. Like, people have lost their way, man. People have lost their way. Uh, But funny thing, since that Twitter space, I looked at the Nvidia chart. It's down about 15 or 20%. So, and which also kind of corresponded with who's that CNBC guy, NBC guy, Jim Cramer. He also posted something positive about Nvidia, and I think it works like clockwork. Like every time he says something positive about the stock price goes down. What we are seeing. So yeah, don't bother or uh, try not to be trading in and out of tokens. Like yeah, that's the thing. Even though look, I want our name for the orange people is the lost. Ah, look, I don't even acknowledge that. Like, uh, yes, you are a loss to me. Yes, you are a kind of see. If you are going to promote a meme coin, good for you. If you have strong belief in that meme coin, even better. Just don't do it on the our spaces. Like start your own space. I know you guys have enough of a following to do it on your own. Do it somewhere else. Not just don't do it on my watch. Uh, no belief in delayed gratification for a Twitter bros. I like and you know I don't think they will ever learn about it. And it's like, th- we have to talk about real delayed gratification, not like I wanted to make a very weird analogy because of one particular person who I've heard like first he was talking about delayed gratification, but now he just keeps asking for donations or conducting sacrifice uh, for tokens. But like the marshmallow experiment, where you are promised two marshmallows if you save up or do not eat the first marshmallow. It's like the guy has been given that test is going to other people and saying, "See, I have been promised one more marshmallow if I don't spend this marshmallow or eat this marshmallow. So can I get a little bit of your marshmallow so that I don't have to eat this one, so I get double." And of course, this is an experiment, so you are not supposed to have any expectations that after I get that second marshmallow, I will do something for it. It's that is what I kind of see happening, which is like I hope people are like disillusioned or like go through. Somebody has to go through the history of these things and explain how things are going. They are into base. Like why I don't understand it. Like why are you going? It's not even a new blockchain. Like there is a new kind of layer to launching every few weeks on Ethereum. At least go on onto something new and innovative base has kind of already died out, or the hype for base has already died out. Why are you again? Go wherever you want, do whatever you do. Just don't bother me. Uh, man, X was specifically designed for bear market. Keep your latest hands from hitting that sell button, man. Yes. Mm, that is also that's the good thing, but also I feel kind of like it is also being used, and I've heard this in one of the spaces. Like, yeah, if you are staked, then you won't be able to take profit at the appropriate time. Then you are going to have to be waiting for longer. Like, see, the only thing that matters is holding long term. And from what we are going to learn from the Mount Gox people, yeah, who were forced to hold on to their Bitcoin, uh, or rather, somebody else was holding on to their Bitcoin for them. Like in their case, it was an attorney for Hex. It is the smart contracts that holds it for you. Yeah, they did pretty well. Oh, hello, Ahmed Nabil. He's just dropping in to say hi. Working. We'll watch later. Thanks for dropping by. I yes, yeah. As I already explained why I had to stream at a different time. But hey, I got a decent amount of viewers, and yeah, I've been talking, rambling, stuttering for about an hour or so. I am feeling much more positive because the chart is looking slightly bullish, but I'm still not. I don't think Hex is out of the out of the ditch yet. We still have a long way to go. But yeah, like uh, I see it as a light at the end of the tunnel, but I just hope it is not a locomotive moving in our direction. That's all. I I wanted to end on with a dirty joke just to keep things a bit alive, but I haven't found any like so maybe I'll just end it on a bit of more of a quiet note. I will hopefully be able to stream next week at our normal time, which is Monday evenings, 9 p.m. Asia Pacific time, or for it's like 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Boston time. Anyways, I hope everybody is having a good day. I hope everybody had a great week. For me, it's been kind of, I have, overall, even though I have been kind of good, like there have been some kind of like unlucky incidents, says in, kind of gaming. I want to say like I've been kind of on a losing streak because, and it's been kind of odd. I I know for sure that they changed the meta of the game, so I have to get adjusted to it. So I in parallelism, like yeah, the whole macroeconomics or macro environment is changing, and it always does around the end of the quarter. So as you can see, quarter two is ending. We'll see what the Feds decided to do with interest rates, even though I don't think they're going to reduce them. Uh, uh, Overall, like, I do see some positivity happening right before the elections. So still, we have a long way to go. So mm, if you are in Hex, I just wanted to say yes, there are a few Hex maximalists still out there like me, promoting the good word. So you are not alone. Stand still. And yes, if you are staked, we are going to make it. So stake it till you make it. And with that, I am going to sign us out with our. I wanted to play the our my favorite song, but somehow I don't feel right. So I'm going to play our the actual Hex Asians outro. See you guys next week. Bye bye.